Welcome to this leg wave variations tutorial part 2 by myself, Lana Morgana. It's going to be about jellyfish legs. And you can see myself doing some classical jellyfish legs right here. And now I'm transitioning into a more advanced version of jellyfish legs. So here there is an extra dimensional aspect happening, and I'll be explaining on how to do these kinds of jellyfish legs later on. But if you stick towards the very end of the tutorial, there's going to be a bonus variation of jellyfish legs that's even more advanced, and you'll see that at the end. But let's now talk about how to not do jellyfish legs. So here is how beginners commonly try to do jellyfish legs, and it's not very pretty. And we'll be looking at the 3 most common mistakes. So the first common mistake is the low butt. So you can see myself lowering my butt here. You don't want to be doing that. So I have this curvature in my back that's not very pretty. So instead of doing that, push yourself with your hands into the floor, get the butt up, squeeze it, use your core to get this nice line right here. If that's too hard, you can use your hands to support yourself. That way you don't have to have that much strength, and you can see myself being really straight when I use my hands. Now looking at the legs, you can see that my left leg is nowhere near on the line of my butt, neither is my right leg, so I have this crazy angle right here, but it doesn't matter, it still looks really nice from the right perspective. So now we'll take a look at the most common mistake number 2, the missing hips. I am not moving my hips here at all. They are very much on a straight line, no movement. Now take a closer look to my hips. As I'm bending my right knee, you see my hips are going to move towards the right, so the space is clearing up right here. My left leg is straight at this point, my right leg is bent. And if I'm going to continue this movement, I'm actually going to be starting to bend my left knee and straighten out my right knee. So my left leg is bent at this point, as is my right leg. But as I continue with the movement, my left leg is going to be going more towards the floor. It's bending even more as my right leg is moving up and straightening out. And right here, my left leg is bent while my right leg is very much straight. And you can see the space cleared up again because I used my hips. And here's some more slow motion for you to enjoy. And you can really clearly see the movement and that I'm involving my hips as well. The red line is still there for your own reference. You can really see how I keep tilting my hips from one side towards the other. Now let's take a look at the third most common mistake, the knee extravaganza. So you can see I have a crazy angle with my knees here. It's way too small. And here's another even crazier angle just to prove a point. So you don't want to be bending your knees like that. The opposite, bending your knees too little, is actually almost impossible. So you want to be remembering the 3 H's: a high butt, hip involvement, and humble knees. So that's how you do it. Let's take a look at the 3D jellyfish right now, aka diagonal hips. So my hips are still tilting from side to side, but not only. I'm going to be thinking, putting one foot towards the front while pulling the other one towards the back. So my hips are reaching diagonally downward. In this diagonal, I hope you can see that. Let's take a look at the bonus jellyfish right now. Here it is. So that's really different right here. And I'll be explaining what's going on in the slow motion. So you see my right foot hits the floor, my left foot hits the floor. I'm going to be straightening the legs as they continue moving more upward, and they are still straight right before they are going to go down again. So here my knees are bending as I go downward with both of them, but you can see there's this angle, the slope right here. So my hips are also tilted and I have this asymmetry going on. So here I always start with my right leg. Of course, you can choose either side, and I go right, left, right, left. Woo! So you can view this also from the side. There's a butt traveling going on. That's really important. So I start really low with my butt right here as my feet are close to the ground, and by having this small angle here right there, that helps me pushing my feet close towards the ground. Take a look at my butt and my feet. They are all moving upward at the same time so that I'm straight in my back and I'm straight with my legs as I'm all the way up. And now let's take a look what happens with my butt and my feet. Well, they both go down at the same time. So you see there's this upward and downward motion with my legs and my butt and the asymmetry of going right, left. So that's it. Thank you very much. And you did it. But please consider making a donation. You would help me out a lot.